Distilled shenanigans. Distilled shenanigans. Welcome to the next episode in the Gateway Bourbon Series. Super excited to talk to you about one of my favorite mixing bourbons that I have in my collection. As you can see by this bottle, it's almost in need of a refresh, so be prepared. I hope everybody is having a good week. Can't get out of the shenanigan month in distilled shenanigans without some Irish whiskey. Just running a little bit behind on some of that stuff, but they will be a-coming. I can tell you that I am feeling like the cat is going to be coming over and jumping on me very soon. So I'm missing her dearly lately. What a roller coaster, but miss her, love her. I have a friend that's doing a painting of her for me, and I'm super excited to see how that turns out. I sent him about 20 photos, and he was gonna create a masterpiece. He's very talented, and I'm very blessed to have him as a friend. It's gonna mean a lot to me. Okay, no crying. There's no crying in bourbon. Shoot. All right. Okay, so let's get on with it. On with the show. Wild Turkey 101. Needs to be in your collection. As a mixer, for sure. But this bad boy needs to be there. It's aged 6 to 8 years. So it's not going to have an age statement on the bottle. It's a lot like, your Maker's Mark and the ones that they want them to be consistent from year to year, decade to decade, bottle to bottle. So they're going to do that over the course of whatever the barrels tell them they need. What is exciting about this particular bottle is they do a very deep char on the barrel. So it's called an alligator char, and they toast it until the oak starts cracking. That just allows the bourbon to seep deeper into the barrel, and it's going to get even more flavor from the char and the oak. So it's kind of, not everybody toasts that much. The mash bill on this bottle is very similar to the Jim Beam White Label. It's 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% barley. Now, Jim Beam is 12% malted barley, so that's going to just give it a completely different flavor profile. So very, very interesting with just that little difference is going to create such a palate change. This may not surprise you, but Wild Turkey is distilled by the Wild Turkey Distillery, and it's owned by the Campari Group. The Ripley brothers, Ripley's, believe it or not, Ripley brothers opened the first family distillery at the same location that the Wild Turkey Distillery is on in 1863. And they rascaled around there for a while until they had created such a great bourbon that in 1893, they represented Kentucky at the World's Fair in Chicago. There's not a whole lot going on with the distillery until 1940. One of the distillery executives went on a hunting trip with his buddies. And at that time, they were just bottling up 101 proof bourbon, and he brought some samples for the people on the hunting trip to try. They all thought the bourbon was very good, and they decided to name it Wild Turkey 101 after what they were hunting in the woods, which was wild turkey. I know. The creativity is just, it's something, right? Just kidding. I don't know. It's got to be hard to name some of this stuff. But it has done them well because they have got some of their nice premium brands like Rare Breed and Kentucky Spirit, which we will talk about later at some point. All right. What do we have? The color on this bourbon is a yellow gold, which is different than a lot of the ones we have been looking at. Some of them are like an auburny, toasty color. The aroma on this, I will warn you, if you have not had anything to drink yet, you're going to need to come in and smell it multiple times, because when you first come in, you're going to smell the alcohol or the ethanol that's in there. But once that your nose gets a little bit acclimated to it, you are going to be able to smell the rest of the flavors. And you will also still be able to smell ethanol if you decide to take a deep smell like I just did. All right, I smell some vanilla. I smell some cinnamon. I think the cinnamon's coming from that rye in there. Definitely the toasty oak. Oh, I can't taste it yet. I don't know. It could be caramel or toffee too. Tough to say. Let's go in for the taste. Right off the bat, feeling a little bit, just a hint of sweetness right on the tip of the tongue. And then it vanishes. You then to the vanilla. And then the cinnamon, kind of mid-palate. Oh, definitely tasting the rye. The rye's coming through very well. On this one, this is kind of like a hug from your grandpa. And then they kind of pick you up and twirl you around when you're a kid. Kind of comes in hot, a little bit, not too hot, but comes in hot. And then just kind of holds on for a little bit. And of course, the more of it you have, the more accustomed you come to the hug. So the first time you try it, that hug's going to seem a little bit more pronounced, but it smooths itself out after several drinks. I can't lie. I've already done this episode like a couple times and my camera wasn't on. So, so we've already tried this one a couple times. Oops. As far as the finish, as we just kind of talked about, when it hits the back of the throat, you're going to feel kind of like, you're going to taste that rye. It's going to hit the back really hot, like a hot cinnamon. And then you're going to taste a little bit of the vanilla and the oak. And it just kind of hits you and then it just mellows right on out. It's an average end to an above average drink. I've been told that everybody likes a top 10 list. So the Gateway Bourbon Series is going to have 10 bourbons put out there in no particular order, apparently. And at some point, I will start ranking them. Be on the lookout for that. That's all I have for today. I hope that everybody has a fantastic week. Watch for those Irish whiskey videos to come on out. Should be interesting. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel or go on over to the Instagram page and give it a like. And we'll see you next time, everyone. Cheers.